Now that's breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Conor McGregor pulled from UFC 200. It says UFC President Dana White announced Tuesday that UFC featherweight champion Conor McGregor has been pulled from his UFC 200 main event against Nate Diaz on July 9th. Dana White revealed that the decision was made by the promotion after McGregor informed UFC officials that he would not. So basically, Dana White has kicked him off the UFC 200 fight card because he's saying he didn't want to do any of the media, any of the press conferences. And this guy writes, maybe he's never had to do a media after a high-profile loss. That's physically draining. And I agree with that maybe he's not ready to come back, or maybe he just doesn't want to do any more shit-talking and he's not ready. But this guy writes, that's what happens when you talk so much shit, and the UFC does everything they can to hype you up. Mystic Mac must be cloudy on his one. He couldn't beat a guy who took a fight in 10 days notice, beat a guy single-handed shot, and then took him down 14-day notice, who was beating him for 2 rounds before he gassed. And basically the guy's talking about Nate Diaz landed 1 clean shot and rocked Conor and then submitted Conor. And then he fought Chad Mendes, which basically took him down when he was wrestling him, and until he gassed out, he lost. His Conor came, he made his money. Maybe that's all he wanted. Maybe now that he lost, he's no longer around. I don't know, man. It just sounds really weird. A lot of people are giving their perspective of what's happening. It says, do not listen to Dana White. There's no way he scrapped the biggest fight and the biggest card ever because the headliner does not want to do media. It would be like asking GSP to go up to heavyweight, fight Cain Velasquez, or fight Brock Lesnar. You know GSP's going to get out-muscled. Yes, GSP's one of the best guys in the world, but his wrestling skills would not be good enough to take Brock Lesnar down or Cain down and beat them conventionally. So I give all the props in the world for Conor going up to fight Nate Diaz at 170 pounds, but it was just a little bit too much. Size does matter. So for them pulling him off this fight card for not wanting to do media is probably true, or they just didn't want to pay the guy the money that he thinks he deserves. $10 million is what he was asking for, and that's a lot of money when other fighters only make maybe $50,000 to $100,000.